I can't hear you again. No. Can you hear me?
How about now?
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right.
Turn my
I just
volume
had to
down.
reset it for whatever reason.
Yeah. So for some reason it doesn't like it sometimes.
We are actually live, so
Awesome.
just FYI.
Sounds
Because I
good.
didn't realize that the first couple times I went live, you can actually go in that little limbo mode and
Waiting
figure
area.
out what you're. What'd you say?
The little waiting area or like lobby or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that lobby sort of thing or whatever to kind of get your stuff straight. But I guess I foregone that. But I just had to clean up the bench a little bit because there were some things hanging out on the bench that I didn't want to show yet because of the epic fail that was my unboxing that I did earlier this week. Which
That's right. My bench is just wrecked because I don't know how to put anything away.
oh yeah, same dude. And I have headphone in this time, so we won't be hopefully talking over each other.
Yeah. See, I got one in too, so it makes it a little easier to hear.
Yeah, the first time that we did it, I didn't realize that I could do a headphone and my wireless Bluetooth mic. So I thought I
See, I
had to
didn't bother
choose
hooking
just
up.
one or the other.
Yeah, I didn't hook up my mic, but hopefully if you guys can hear me all right, that should be okay then.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't got
there's
anything else going on in the background, so
yeah, and there's nobody in here yet, so we could still say shit, piss, cocksucker, motherfucker, all that good stuff.
till it goes live,
Oh,
right? Or till it
oh,
uploads, right?
I guess it's gonna upload. Yeah, well, whatever.
Now you're caught red-handed.
But dude, I made another pot of coffee. I'll be flying high.
All right, let's we got 7 people in here with us now.
Oh man, we went from 0 to 7.
Yeah, I wonder if it
That's
takes a little
cool.
while to update too. So
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I shot obviously the fellows know, and I shot Ed, Redbeard Ed, a message and let him know. Rebecca Catalucci says hi, which I'm assuming that's just some dude on his. Yep, there's Ed.
there's Ed.
Yeah. Oh, Nate, do you throw horseshoes at all?
What's that?
Do you throw horseshoes at all? That's just a
Oh
total random question.
no, I mean, my dad made a pit in your backyard forever ago, so it was like we did it for like one summer, but that was about it.
Got it.
So the pit
The
got
guy that
overgrown,
just
and then we never
commented,
never kept up with it.
the guy that just commented, Captain Newbie. He's a friend of my dad's. I'm pretty sure he is a student at the driving academy that my dad runs, and he's got a channel where he's like a competitive horseshoe guy. So he's
That's
saying, don't forget
yeah,
to like and subscribe.
nice. Yes, appreciate that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing shoes was fun, and like I said, the one summer my parents have some property out where they live, and we're doing like a pig roast one year. Actually, a big ass pig. And they built a horse. My dad built a horseshoe pit that one summer, so we threw a bit that summer, and then it got overgrown with weeds and stuff like that. We never kept up with it, so it kind of just vanished back into the woods again.
Yeah, my dad my dad's actually a pretty sick horseshoe player. We've had a horseshoe pit in the backyard in one area or another since like the 90s, man. Um, but they have a horseshoe tournament every year at their house, and he's won, I don't know, at least 10 times. But yeah, I'm not great. I mean, despite having a horseshoe pit in my backyard growing up, I'm really not a great horseshoe player,
Yeah,
thrower. But
Yeah, no.
let's see,
Yeah,
who do we
long games are
got?
definitely fun. How are you guys? Yeah.
I'm
Russell.
doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Newbie, is that your name? Is Russell? Yeah, my dad didn't say what your name was. He just said one of his students subbed to the channel or whatever. Actually, guys, I'm finishing up sharpening the hatchet now. So, just putting the final edge on it. And while Nate and I are BSing, what are you working on tonight, Nate?
I've got no idea because the last thing I was working on was a mask. And I haven't started a new project since. So I might make a mask for the Mystery Connie, because I really like swinging that against that cherry. That was nice.
Yeah.
And I don't really like taking the axes out unless I have some kind of mask for them. So
Yeah.
not
No,
having to
I
rob
hear
it
you,
off
man.
of another mask. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm still undecided as to what to do about this mask. I think, dude, I lost 3 subs today. I don't know what I did or who I pissed off, but I had 480 when I went to sleep last night, and I woke up this morning to 477. So
I swear YouTube unsubscribes to people because I think every once in a while I'll see mine drop a couple, and then the next day it'll come back up like 2 or 3 more, which is more than you'd expect, and over the course of like overnight or
yeah,
something like that. So either that or
because
the accounts getting banned or something like that, or deleting or something like
yeah,
that.
bot accounts maybe or something like that.
Yeah, just spam
Because
stuff.
I was talking to Ryan about that months and months ago. I'm like, who is unsubscribing to YouTube channels? Like, I can literally only think of one YouTube channel that I subscribe to, and I think you and I both unsubscribe to this guy. The guy that likes to, tell everybody about what's proper and what's not proper. And I only unsubscribed to him for just the sheer fact that I just was done with all the crazy content. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, not
I
that he
will
pissed
admit
me off or anything, but
I never. Yeah, I mean you feel the same way, but I still actually never unsubscribed because I am just almost like voyeuristically like seeing the stuff come across the feed because just curious to see what's happening, and sometimes just read
well,
the
he's got
titles of the thumbnails and like it's like okay,
yeah, he's got a
running around
billion
without any shoes
followers, so
on. Yeah,
I his shorts still come through my feed a lot because
yeah.
obviously I follow nothing but axe channels and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I still
Well, that's the
catch
thing
his.
is I follow so many channels that I probably should go back through and unsubscribe to some that like haven't posted in like 10 or 15 years because the I've been on YouTube for not posting on YouTube but watching YouTube for forever. So there's there's channels I was subscribed to probably over 10 years ago that long since stopped posting. So it just
Yeah,
kind of makes it a hassle when I'm like scrolling through trying to find a specific channel and I got to scroll through like 90 channels just to find the one I'm looking for.
Ed says it happens, and not to sweat it. Ed, I'm not
Yeah.
sweating it. I actually, I'm thinking that I may want to try to make a sheath for the giveaway axe. So I need all the time I can get, man, because I don't want to hit 500 and then let it linger before I give the axe away. The axe is done. I film nothing, man. I film nothing of this axe because it's Christmas. I have so much shit going on, and I just wanted to bang it out and get it done. So I ground the edge off camera. I fit it off camera, and I haven't oiled it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll oil it on camera, right?
I'd say
And I'll just announce
the
the
oiling
giveaway.
the shorts that I always do of like oiling up the eyes seem to get a decent amount of views. So everyone likes seeing oil hit fresh wood. So
Yeah, man. That's the I guess that's the payoff.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, we're
also
talking about
debating on how. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. You're good.
I was gonna say
Debating
I'm
on what?
also debating on how sharp I want to send this out without a sheath. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
I mean,
you
very
were
least
saying though.
you can throw together something, a quick sandwich of just a few stacks of leather and a couple rivets, just even if it's not super well thought out or planned, enough to protect the edge.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about yard games before. Like I said, one of the ones that our family's found and usually goes to now. It's called Coob, Kubb. Have you ever heard of it?
No, is that the one with the like the bars, and you throw the
No,
bolo
it's.
deal over it?
I don't know what that one's called. Yeah, with like the golf balls and like the ladder type racket. No, Coob
Yeah.
is you have like you essentially have like 4x4s, right? And they're maybe 6 to 8 inches tall, and you get two opposing teams, and you line them up in a line on your side, and then 15 feet away you line them up in a side on the other side, and you have these like batons, which are just like maybe like 1x1 sticks that are about a foot long, and you take it and you pitch them underhand and try to knock over the other team's uh, cubes. And if you
Okay.
knock them over, you just kind of like throw it back and forth. So it's kind of like a mixture of like bocce ball and bowling, but it's cool because you can make the whole game out of just like one 4x4 and a 2x4. Of just some treated stuff. You probably got enough scrap laying around, and it packs up super easy, and you don't really need a whole field to play it. And it's a good one for drinking too, because you can play it with one hand. So you can have a cup and throw it with the other hand. So
Have a nice little cocktail. Nice.
exactly, you're partaking during summer activities.
Yeah, and I mean, and anybody that's watching this channel obviously wouldn't be partaking in alcoholic beverages, so it's a little irrelevant, but
See how I think my average demographic's like 60 years old. There's a good chance they're probably above the drinking age.
yeah, for sure. Dude, when I look at my demographics, it's funny because it's like it's all dudes our age. I always just assume that everybody's older than me, because I used to be young and whatever, but now I'm like
Then
40
life
years old and like
happens.
everybody else is 40. Like
Yeah, I think usually when I look at my demographic, it's like because I'm in. Well, I guess I'm out of the 35 category now. I'm 36, but it's like like 36 to 45 categories. I think is like the biggest. Then it's usually pretty heavy on the next bracket up, and it tapers out. But
right.
it's like 99%, 99.9% male.
Hey,
Oh,
if you
some guy saw
have
shops with us
NT
again.
already, hit that thumbs up. Oh, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. Some guy saw shops in the house. What's up, man?
How's it going, man?
What's your name, dude? I only know you as some guy saw shop. I'm doing good, man. I can't speak for Nate. I know Nate just got back from the old movies, so he's probably he's probably in a
Yep.
little bit of a popcorn coma. Oh no. Mozzarella wontons.
Yeah, the mozzarella wontons.
Do you get popcorn too when you go to like the tavern style, or is it just like food?
I didn't. My wife did though. I got the wontons. The mozzarella wontons were calling my name, so I did those.
I hear you. Dude, like I was saying to you before when we were texting, man, I'm like the king of like sneaking crap into the movie theater, man. If anybody is curious as to what I am doing, I just have sandpaper on a little foam backed block, and I'm kind of doing that, what is that called? Scary sharp or whatever.
Yeah.
This is kind of how I do it, just because my stones, I don't have great stones. I just have kind of shitty ones, and then I have the Spyderco Sharp Maker. Those are halfway decent stones, but those are really, really fine. They don't really cut. They're more of like a polishing sort of stone, I guess. So
I can't remember. I think it was Duragold or something like that was the brand, but I found them on Amazon. It was like giant rolls of adhesive-backed sandpaper. Like this was,
ooh, really?
I think this was like 20 bucks or something like that, and this is a roll of like 400 grit, and it's adhesive back, so you just cut it to length and then just stick
Yeah.
it to whatever. So I made like a little Duragold is the brand. I like the
I
adhesive
gotta
back
check
stuff,
that
and then
out.
you can make like a little strop like that and just stick the adhesive paper to it and go to
Yeah,
town.
that's all this is, dude. This is just a piece of I think 1x2 or something like that. When I got my bandsaw, I just like zip, 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 like just fashioned a little crude handle. I glued leather on one side and the part of one of these mats. When I bought this house, the shop, I think I told you, like the guy had like it was like a computer setup out here. It was like spotless. And he had that like those like child's like foam padding things all over the floor.
Oh
I guess
yeah,
so
the
it was
little
like,
interlocking mats.
yeah, and I don't really like them honestly. They just they just collect sawdust and shavings, and they don't really interlock together all that well. But I'm also like a pack rat, so I couldn't just throw them away.
Yeah.
So they're all stacked up underneath the bench. But
yeah, I got a similar thing that I made to you. It's just like a thin little, I think it's a piece of maple, but a thin little strop that I've got a piece of leather glued to it, and then you can stick that adhesive sandpaper on it, and it's really good when you're trying to like clean up heads. Having that little bit of a forgiving backing, it kind of helps blend in like facet lines from files and like oddly shaped. It's almost like a Ed rubbing also, the conditioning belt on the belt sander, right? I don't have a conditioning belt for the sander, so that's what I use in place of it to kind of smooth out all those lines and make a nice, even looking surface before bluing.
I do that with a file on it. I ground the teeth on the back, or I get a mirror polish edge, wet sharp. Why foam? I see people use glass.
oh, so you use the foam because it's sort of a convex edge, and the foam is kind of gives a little bit of a give that kind of sort of supports the convex. Like if this was a
Yeah.
flat grind, you wouldn't want a foam backing. You'd want glass, like you said, you know. But yeah, when you're doing a convex, you want kind of a little give. And I really only use this method to sharpen axes and knives. Hold on one second. I use it to sharpen knives like this that have like a really
like a Scandi.
sort of kind of like a Scandi Vex. Like this is an old Condor. I can't remember what it is, but it's like a 10-inch, just bashing through. I mean, you could see the amount of logs that have been batoned with this thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But it's got a real thick. It's thick. It's like I don't know. It's thicker than 3/16, I think. But it's got actually a pretty decent edge on it. But it's got a real, convex. I don't know where this company, Condor. I don't know if you remember Condor or not, but
Oh yeah.
for a while
Yep.
they were. Dude, the sheaths that come with these things.
I never
Or
bought
used
one
to, at
back in the
least.
day, and then I can't remember what. I think it was like the Parang or something like that. It kind of interested me, and like years later, I was thinking about. I was like, oh, maybe I'll pick one up for cleaning stuff out in the yard. And when I went back and checked the prices like shot up on them like crazy. I think it was during COVID when I was looking too, though. So they may
When
have
I
come
got
back
that,
down, but because they used to
yeah.
be really cheap and affordable, like real good
When I
deals.
got
But
that
now I
knife,
don't know anymore.
I got that from Baryonyx. You know Baryonyx
Yeah.
Knife
Yep.
Works or whatever it is?
Yeah.
I got that from him, and he had tuned up the edge or whatever. He was selling them, reselling them with tuned up edges, and I think I paid like $30 for that thing, man.
Yeah. I say they used to be really pretty affordable, and then I think the last time I looked at like the Parang, I think it was like $80 or something. Like it was like double the price of what I was kind of expecting it. And
Yeah.
I mean, they seem like they're perfectly fine knives, but the steel's not like I think it's like 1080 or
It's
something like that,
10.
which isn't
No,
terrible,
it's
but
1075 actually, or
1075.
1070.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, 1070. It's like it's not. I don't know. A lot of the Beckers or all the Beckers that I pretty much have are like the 1095, and I really like that steel. So I don't know. I just didn't know if the price tag was worth it when I was looking at the Parang before. And then I had enough
Not
other
at that.
stuff,
Not
like
at that
brush
price.
axes, and yeah. The
Yeah, not
prices
at
may have
that
come down a
price.
bit now, though.
They for a while, I can't remember what the name of the knife was called, but like on Bushcraft USA, if you couldn't afford like the higher end stuff, all the dudes that were like balling on a budget were using this one Condor. It was like I want to say it was the Bushlore, but I feel like that might be a more high end knife. But it was something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I can picture
Ed
the one you're
Ben.
thinking of.
That's his name. Yeah, Ben Burchard or something like that. He's got a like a Creole sort of name like
Yeah, because I
that. I
remember
think like
him
Ben
from
Burchard.
like way before YouTube days. I used to go on Blade forums a lot, and I remember people referencing his story and him posting in Blade forums a lot way back in the day. I haven't been on Blade forums in forever, but
I
yeah,
became aware of him through
he's always got cool
Bushcraft
stuff on his
USA.
store. Yeah, I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of the guys started out on the forums before moving over to here.
yeah, for sure, man. Because it's funny, you look back, like I will revisit some YouTube videos that I used to like watch religiously, and they have like 30, 40,000, and they're just like junk. I mean, no, I shouldn't say they're junk, but they're just rudimentary ass, unedited, old YouTube videos of like, just axe restorations and collection videos and stuff. Like, there's this one dude, I'm not even sure how you would pronounce his channel, but I used to love this dude's channel. I'm pretty sure it was a guy who used to go by the handle Raven Loon on Bushcraft USA. Pardon me. But his YouTube channel was like Mindaukin or Mondo Kwin or something. And he's only got like 20 videos, but they all have like 30 or 40,000 views. And he's got like 500 subscribers.
Yeah, I think that's there's something to be said about this kind of content too. It's like it's kind of timeless, right? Like you could do an axe restoration video now, and in 5 years it's still going to be just as entertaining to watch. Whereas if you're reviewing like a specific knife or a specific flashlight or something like that, it can get kind of dated, But the axes are already old, so it's kind of timeless,
Exactly. It's funny, dude. It's funny how quickly like things like go like out of date or whatever. Like I was actually I was just stropping this knife earlier, Enduro 4, and I remember when this knife was like not new, but when this was like the jam. This was like a cool, sort of like zeitgeist knife to have at the time. And the Enduro 4 is like old as hell now.
Yeah.
Like,
I haven't followed up with the knife. Like I said, back when I was on Blade forums more, I used to follow up with the knife community way more, and be way more into the pocket knives and search those out more. But I'm kind of just happy with the collection I've got now. I'm not against picking up new ones, but there's nothing that's recently come out that's like, oh, I have to have that right now. So Ed's working on a big stamp cut easy jersey. Let's go cut easy. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I don't even know if I've.
Ed, was that a line from someone?
I would bet that was a line from Kelly. I would imagine. Ed, I sent you this one. What was the one that I sent? It was like a Quick Cut or something like that. Ryan, Frontline Canine Ryan, from up in New Hampshire. He asked me if I knew anybody that was interested in this Kelly that was like a stamp I had never heard of before. It was an older one, and I sent it to a few people. Ed was one of them.
Yeah. I think when I was trading with him a while back, he had sent me pictures of that one too.
It was a jersey,
I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah.
It was a jersey. It was like very slightly towed. And he wanted a good price for it too. I don't know if he still got it, but I don't. You know what, man? I don't need to be spending any money on axes right now. I have a pile of really, really good shit that needs hanging. Matter of fact, this has been sitting literally next to my couch for a while. You've seen this one. The world hasn't seen this one, but what is it? Kelly Axe and Tool Works, Charleston. But it's got the field stamp, the WPA field stamp on it. It's like, WPA field stamp. This is the one that Mike Law hooked me up with.
Yeah, so when Ed says it feels mannish hardware store, Line Outfits, Columbus, Ohio. That's cool. It's always cool finding like secondary stamps on the heads too, because I've got a bunch of them that are like either railroad stamped or New York State stamped. I think that one Rockaway that I've got that's starting to hang with my son that I haven't gone back to. I think it's got CCC stamped on it, which I think is like Civilian Conservation Corps or whatever, or something along those lines. Don't quote me on it.
I think you're right.
It's got a
Civilian Conservation Corps.
Yeah, it's always neat finding those secondary stamps. Adds a little bit of a history to the an already historic head.
Yeah, I have the WPA one that's like the field stamping or whatever, which I have a feeling that a bunch of people are going to jump on there and go, "Oh, that is, that somebody just did that with a Dremel or whatever." But and normally I don't know enough about it to sit there and argue. And normally I would say, "Yeah, you're probably right." But from who I got it from and the collection that he has and the stuff that he knows,
Yeah.
I would bet my life on it that it's legit.
Yeah.
But the only other secondary stamp I have is the Western Union Telegraph Co. one that I got off Chad in that trade a couple months ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got the one plum Michigan. It's got a New York State stamp on it, NYS stamp on it. And I've got that one really clean Kelly wood slasher. Not True Temper, but the Kelly wood slasher Dayton. It's got the railroad stamp on it. I think there's a few more too. I'm drawing blanks off the top of my head, but it's always cool finding those.
Is it stamped wood slasher or is it just a paper label wood slasher?
No, it's stamped. I'm sure it's right behind me here. I'll grab it. Here. Yeah, this was one I found a while back. So it's that wood slasher Kelly Works, and then it's NYCRR, so Railroad X.
That's cool, man. And you don't see a lot of wood slasher stamps either. I mean, you might see one of those for every 1,000 paper labels, right? I mean, I don't know if that ratio is right, but
I think this one, it was just like never used. It probably just rode on whatever service truck it lived its whole life on, because the pole has 0 damage on it, and the bit looks like it was never even actually sharpened. So that was a cool one. That was another flea market find at my my one up north in Pulaski.
The one that has the little sheds.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. That one seems like it's out in an area that's very rural and people don't really like pay too much mind to stuff like that.
It's in the middle of absolute nowhere. It's in the middle of Amish country. Like when I'm there, it's like multiple times I'll pass buggies on the side of the road driving around, and we pass their stands selling the whoopie pies and stuff like that. And
nice.
So, I mean, a lot of times I'll see the Amish at the flea market too, just buying stuff.
Yeah, because I think that's like, people when you go to a flea market or an antique market or whatever in an area kind of like where I live in, which is the suburbs or whatever, it's like, all that stuff goes for a decent premium, because not only do people realize that that it's not around my area all that much too, but people also like to take that stuff and hang it up on the walls, which is whatever. Like, you can get a crosscut saw like at a place like where you go to for $5, but around here they're 25, 35. Some people even want more than that for like a 2-man saw. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. There's lots of stamps, wood slasher stamps in Gulfport. That's because
Really?
Ed has them all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ed single-handedly upped the percentage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cheating if they're all hanging out, on Canal Lane or whatever it is. Do you see a lot of axes down in the wild there, Ed? I mean, I can't imagine there's a ton of axes floating around Mississippi outside of your neighborhood.
But yeah, I've had a lot of really good finds at that flea market, because I got the boys jersey, the Ian Emerson and Stevens, that 2 3/4.
Yeah,
I got that there. I got the filler there. I found my bulldog vice there. I found that wood slasher there. I've gotten like 3 nationals out of there. Got, I don't know, a ton more that I can't even think of at this point. But it's been a lot of good finds there.
Yeah, that's like the little honey hole, man.
Yeah, it's actually,
Oh,
I got the bulldog and the other swivel jaw there. The one swivel jaw.
Didn't you get your Wilton Cadet there too?
Oh yeah, the Wilton there, and actually the little one. Oh, I'm trying to not fall over my chair, but this little guy that I was using for I think I sent you guys pictures of the elf on the shelf with using that. But
yeah.
I found that tiny little vice there too. which is
What
pretty
is that? A
cool.
little Wilton?
No, it's I can't think of the name. I think it's a Colton, but it's like a little
Colton.
1.5 inch jaw size.
Yeah.
And doing the research, I
That's
actually
an-
figured out it was, I believe, it was made in the town I actually live in. So
Oh, really? That's not.
yeah,
That's awesome.
pretty cool. So probably didn't go
That's a
very
really
far
cool
away.
old, nicely made one. Like when you see the little ones, or at least when I see the little ones, um, grabbing a couple, they usually look like this. Like they're kind of not very well built, you know,
Yeah.
like the little ones.
Yep.
But it's cool to
Yeah,
see
it's
old
got
like
a.
old ones.
I think it's got a patent 1895. Yeah, 1895 patent date on it. So it's definitely like an old one. This is back when I was talking with Ryan too. He was saying if you find like tiny vices that are definitely under 2 inches, where this one's, I think it's 1.5 inches, if I remember right. He was saying pick it up, and I think I paid like 15-20 bucks for it.
Oh, nice.
Probably too
Yeah, you
much, but
can't.
it was in such good condition that like it was just rusty. It wasn't broken or beat up in any kind of way, so I had to pick it up. And then I put it on this little wood block that I can drop in the bigger vise to work on like really tiny fine stuff.
I think once the once I get that giveaway axe totally sorted out, this is going to be the next one, the unmarked high test Tazzy that I
Yeah.
picked up. And I was just chatting back and forth with Kevin earlier tonight and talking about what the edge profile on this was, and I couldn't remember what it was. It's like 25. 25. It's got a pretty decent chopping profile,
Yeah.
but
I say the steel on my one high test, I was very impressed with that. That's the one that I got the short of pulling that like crazy nice burr off of the edge.
yeah, hard steel or just nice filing.
It was just really nice filing. It was hard, but not too hard. It was easily like workable enough, and it just behaved very nicely when I was sharpening it. Like it took a burr really, really nicely. So that was nice.
That was the way that Rixford was. I did a couple weeks ago. It wasn't super hard, but it just had like a butter feel when you were filing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some axes just want to fight you. Like
And you can tell, like, even some of them have, like, you can tell the edge isn't quite the same hardness all the way throughout, too, when you're taking the file to it, like, grabbing certain parts and then skipping others. And, like, you can tell it was, maybe the steel overheated or I don't, metallurgically, I don't know what's happening with it, but I can tell it's not as uniform as, some of the others.
this one, dude. This knot clipper.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, from the
thing,
video.
it was a bitch. Yeah, this thing was a bitch to sharpen. It literally took me forever. And honestly, like, I think I have to take but dude, I don't know if you'll be able to even see this. I don't
So
know
I
what
was
the
meaning to
best way
ask you, so how is the handle twisted or is it, like, warped off to the side?
twisted and warped. And
I
like,
couldn't tell from the
I don't,
video.
I mean, it's not, it's not going to come across in the video, but like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Can you see that or not?
Yeah,
So,
and so if you sight down the bit, is the palm swell out of alignment with where the bit is?
yeah,
Like, is it
it's
off to the
totally out of
side?
alignment.
Yeah.
It's
I
totally out
can't
of alignment.
remember
Now,
who. I said I can't remember who I was watching. There's someone that chops a lot with Tazzies. It might have been.
Kurt S. Maybe was it an Aussie
No,
guy?
he used to post. The guy from Lamica Axes. What is it? I can't think of his name now. His name's Lance. Lance. I can't remember what his YouTube channel was. Carbon Steel Love or something like Carbon Steel.
I
No,
don't know if I've
Bushcraft
ever even
Sisyphus.
seen it.
Bushcraft
Oh,
Sisyphus.
Bushcraft Sisyphus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might have been him from back in the day that was saying like if the palm swell, it can be off a little bit, right? But if it's out of alignment with where the palm swell is, don't try swinging it because you're probably going to get enough glancing blows that you're going to catch yourself in the foot or something.
Dude, so when I started filming that video, I'd already cut the first test notch just because I had not swung this in anger at anybody yet. No, so literally the first chop, boom, glance off to the side, and luckily, I mean, I got the log between my feet and everything like that. But I hit it, and the thing literally just took a left turn on me, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Now, honestly, that was some hard wood too. That was probably not the best wood to be testing out because it was down, it was petrified, and I've heard mixed. A couple people said, "Oh, I think that might be ash." Somebody said it might be elm, but yeah, dude, this handle, I made this out of ash that I got when it was green and had been hanging out for a while.
Mhm.
And maybe just not quite long enough, because when I made this handle, like, dude, I'm not, I don't want to say I'm above reproach and I don't make mistakes, but
Yeah.
it's out of alignment enough to where, like, I would have noticed that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
No,
I
there's
didn't
definitely.
notice it. I didn't notice it like when I packed the axe up or whatever, but the first
Yeah.
time I swung it and it took a turn on me, I was like, "Huh, what's that?"
Oh,
And I started looking
something's
at it,
up.
and I was like, "Holy smokes!" Yeah, the like, just sighting down, like, the handle takes a pretty severe bow, and then it also twists, and then on top of that, this handle is more round than it is oval. So right off the bat, it's a little bit more difficult to index.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to throw this head on like a Whiskey River 28C that I have, or I think Mike is sending me a package with some handles in it. Maybe I'll use something from one of those, and I'll just take this off and do whatever with it. But it's a cool handle. I dig it. I think if I were to remake it, I would make it a little taller and oval. But
Yeah, because I like the look of the handle. It's kind of a lumberman
yeah,
type, like a shorter lumberman's type profile to it.
yeah,
Looks nice.
that's what I thought too. I made this out of I had a piece, and I made two handles that were the same exact pattern. I basically remade this same axe from my parents' friends bought a house and it had a wood stove, and he wanted like a splitting axe, so my dad had me make one for him. And I hope that, well, something tells me that his handle's been shattered like a long time now. So
Yeah.
he had no axe swinging experience at all, and he was new to like chopping firewood and stuff. So I'd have to imagine that handle's probably long gone now. But
Yeah.
so I don't know if his took a bow as well. But I made him
Yeah.
basically the same handle.
There's definitely been handles, especially like that I've gotten from like house handles. Right, I've ordered big house handles. I know I've talked about it in so many videos and with you guys over text too. Like house handles is a love hate. Like when you get a nice handle from them, it really is a great jumping off point to shape it. But so many of them. The last order that I got, I think I ordered like 8 or 10 handles. I think every single one of them warped, which was just disappointing. It is what it is, but it's frustrating enough that like I kind of over ordered, assuming a couple of them might, because I know they're churning them out at a high rate, but it was like
Yeah.
all of them. I think all but like one or two, so it was kind of, yeah.
Now
Then I bought
when
some
you
more
say they
hardwood,
warped,
and
you mean they
so
took
they
a
like
bit of
bent.
a bow
Well, they kind of they're almost like twisted, like
twist?
radially,
Yeah.
yeah. And you can tell it's from with the growth rings, and it probably wasn't fully cured, or maybe they
Yeah.
kiln. I don't know what the process is. I don't know if they kiln dry them. So maybe when they came here and then sat in my shop that has no humidity control and summer and all that stuff, that it soaked up more water and it warped too. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this one took a twist and a bow, which is a bad combination for
Yeah,
a
because like a
sharpened
little
piece of
bit of a
steel that
bow
you're
you can
swinging.
kind of like clamp out, but the twist, I don't know. It just for a for a house handle that I'm already gonna have to put that much work into tuning it up and getting it to the right shape. I just don't even want to mess with trying to get a twist out of it. If it was like a
Yeah.
nicer handle, I'd probably mess around with it. But the house handle, on to the next.
I would not even know where to begin on even trying to get a twist out of a handle, honestly.
Because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking of like clamping one end in the vise and then clamping the other, like the palm swell in the vise, and with a pipe clamp and trying to use it to like twist it that
Yeah.
way, maybe. But again, that's a lot more of an effort than I'd want to go to for a handle that's already kind of not great to start. If it was like a nice vintage
Yeah.
one, or like a like a Whiskey River or Hoffman or something like it, then I'd go through putting a little more effort into it. But
I gotta fix this one. This is Snow and Neely, but the handle that's on this thing is freaking awesome, dude.
yeah,
This is a nice swinging axe. I actually I had a bunch of like 5/4 decking and 4x4 posts and stuff like that were just hanging around the backyard that I needed to just get rid of. So I took this, I chopped them all up or whatever, and I burned them in the fire pit. And don't worry, I wasn't sitting next to it, just hanging out while I was doing that. But this thing's got a pretty significant bow in it. I got to use that method that Kevin was showing me. Like, dude, this thing, you want to talk about taking a left turn, man. This
yeah.
thing goes whoop. Like,
Yep.
this sat like this against a wall for 30 years. I guarantee it.
Yep.
But this is a cool little head, man. And I
Probably
it
help
was-
keep the
it had
head
a-
nice.
yeah, it had a pretty rudimentary edge on the one side. And one day I was just out in the garage or out in the shed putzing around, and I started to bring the other side back. And yeah, man, it chops really well. And this edge is still rudimentary as hell, and I only brought it back, I don't know, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, something. But
Yeah.
this is going to be a nice one. But it's that Snow and Neely steel, like we were talking about that the one day. It's real easy filing steel, but it's
I really wonder
definitely
if some of those
soft.
were kind of like. I'm sure it's depending on the manufacturer too. I'm sure some of them leaned more to the side of like, well, I'd rather someone roll an edge than chip an edge out and then have their axe be just that much more work. So it's a trade off. And honestly, if I'm swinging something, I'd probably rather have it roll than chip out too. So I get it.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I didn't work the final, edge on this or whatever, and there's definitely a burr that's down the one side here. But there's a couple little tiny little chips. And again, I was just chopping 5/4 on the ground, and I know that I put this thing in the dirt a couple times, but
Yeah.
still.
It's funny.
I
I haven't made the video go live yet, but I did an unboxing of the package that Mike Normandy sent, right? And I had the mystery Connie sitting at the back of the bench, and I shifted the box and knocked it off the back of the bench, and it bounced off the wall, and then bounced on the concrete behind the bench too. I was not happy about it, but I dug it back out, and the edge is perfectly fine. So I was a little bit of a pucker
this
factor
steel
there.
is the steel in these old snows is really soft. Like I said, like this edge is, definitely got some. It's not perfectly. I don't know. What do you like? There's little bumps and nicks and whatever in it, but just taking the stone to it, just 10-second pass.
Yeah.
And they're basically gone.
So, I mean, that's kind of the same logic.
Good thing and a bad thing.
I mean, you think about it like same as pocket knives, right? Like your Swiss Army knife, like your Victorinox, right? It's not going to hold a great edge, but you can take it to like one of those simple stones and get an edge back on it super, super quick. Whereas like, like my ZT, right, with the LMAX on it.
Oh,
I'm not touching that up with any kind of like quickness, right? I have to set aside some time to get that sorted out. But like, Victorinox, you can get that straight real quick.
Oh, Mike Feaster's here.
Oh, hey, Mike.
He probably comments. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah,
he's been enjoying all the Saturday drops of the videos.
Yeah, we keep on bouncing around. We had like 15 or 20 people at one point. We got 5 guys now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about sharpening the snows. I've got 3 4 of them, and I've actually never sharpened any of them yet. The ones that that LL, well, I got 2 of the LL Bean. The original one on the original handle, I never sharpened because it was so original I didn't bother touching it. Then I've got the one on the shorter handle that I did like the black char on, and I need to put a better edge on that. Then I've got a diamond eye double bit that I've never hung. Got that in trade from Ryan Lionhead. And then I got a 3.25 pound wedge that I just haven't hung yet either.
Yeah, I need to get a full size wedge because that little boy's axe is 2.75 pound. But the other 2 snow annealies I have are like I don't know if they're like New England pattern or maybe a Dayton or something like that. But they're not like half wedges or full wedges.
Yeah.
Richard Ball, what's going on, man? I was talking to Ryan, Frontline Canine Ryan, and he was saying that he's sitting on a pile of like Emerson and Stevens and Catco and stuff like that. So maybe trying to cook up another trade with him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the
Nice.
full size
Oh
snow.
yeah.
It's got the I think it's 3.5 or 3.25 pound stamp under the pole there. It's slightly towed, but not terrible.
You know what, man? I feel like a lot of the wedges actually kind of had a little bit of a look to them, like they were
tapered. Yeah.
a little tapered back. Yeah. Dude, there's a company. I'm pretty sure it's an Oakland company, and they're not as well known as like Emerson and Stevens, Spiller and stuff. They're called Witherell. Have you ever heard of Witherell before?
It sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen some of them on scrolling the thousands and thousands of X's on eBay. I feel like I've come across them a few times.
I don't know what about them intrigues me, but I just really like I don't know what it is about them, but like I like those. I've been on the hunt for one of those, even on eBay. But they're I mean, as much as like an Emerson and Stevens or a Spiller or whatever is going for it, when they pop up, they usually go for good money because they're, I guess, even less common than like a Spiller or whatever. But I don't know. I still gotta. Hopefully, what in the spring, I'm able to go up to see Mr. O'Connor up there in Ithaca, man, and maybe I'll be able to get a couple off him direct from the source. Would be cool.
Yeah. Let me know when you're up in the area. Ithaca's like, I don't know, an hour, not even an hour south of me, so south,
Yeah.
or the bottom of the Finger Lakes. So
If I wind up doing it, I'm going to be doing it like probably late April or early May, and I'm going to make a longer week out of it, a longer weekend out of it. Like I'm thinking maybe doing like a 3 or a 4 day weekend, and possibly bring a kayak with me and try to do something in one of the Finger Lakes there.
there's
So
so many lakes and so much to so much to cruise around in that you'd be at no shortage of places to hang out. That's for sure.
So he said that he has some property, and he said that he has several ponds on his property, and like I don't know. Sometimes I get a vision of what something is, and then I go there, and it's way different. I'm thinking he's got like a small, like little, I don't know. It's 100 feet across pond, but who knows? I can get there, and he may have a freaking lake or
Private lake.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Like I'll tell people like, oh yeah, I got a big backyard. This, that, and the other thing, and then like it's like 100 by 100 or something, and then you go to somebody's house, they're like, oh yeah, I got a reasonable sized backyard, and you go there and like you can't even see the end of it. But
So Mike says he just finished filing up a Red Warrior today that he rehafted a few months back. Nice. What pattern is it, Mike? Because Chad sent me a nice double bit Red Warrior that I still gotta clean up.
Barry Hatchet says, "What's
"Hola."
up?" Chad got another Red Warrior. He got a Dayton. I've already tried to get it off him. He says he doesn't know if he wants to get rid of it yet. I don't know what it is, man. I really dig the Red Warrior stamp. I don't know why. I like it a lot. I only have the one, but
What one do you have right now?
I have very similar, I think, to the one that you may have. Yeah. Just a double bit Michigan.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Because I can't remember if I traded it or if I still if I still have it, but I had a Red Warrior Dayton too. I can't remember what I did with it. Here, give me 30 seconds to look, and oh wait, here it is. Yeah.
This one I got in a trade with Kevin. This has got Kevin's edges on it. This is like when he first started getting into grinding his edges and stuff. And again, just like everything, I've done nothing with it. It's been sitting on a peg. I got a Adirondack handle. I think I want to put this on.
I clearly can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
I got a whole
It's
wall.
got a little
behind
flash rust on the bits. But
that's right. You're just planting the seeds of patina. That's all.
yeah.
So Mike says it's a Dayton pattern. So
Dayton, nice.
Yeah,
that's what Chad had.
This is the one. I don't even remember where I got this. It might have been an eBay find, but this is the Red Warrior Dayton that I got. It's not a little toed, but not terrible. You can see the slight remnants of the 3-2 mark on the pole stamp too.
I have seen that Red Warrior. I think we were talking about potentially a trade a long, long time ago, and I think that one was up on the block. Now, does your Red Warrior have ridges?
It does, yeah. Which is part of why it's in the trade pile.
Mine does not. Oh, why? Oh, you don't want to hang a ridge?
I'll do it, but I don't like them.
I don't understand the frustration that guys have with them. Like the first time Kevin ever did one, I remember he was like, this is actually back when he used to hit me up for advice, and now he like probably knows more about hanging axes than I do. But he hit me up for advice the first time that he hung a ridge one, and he was like, dude, I don't know what to. I'm like, just hang it as though the ridges aren't there. Like,
so I've had some issues with like when it goes on straight. If you get it started correctly the first time, like the very first jump, and it follows those grooves fine, no issues. But if you're hanging it and you're trying to, like, you've got that tiny little gap in the front and you're trying to almost thin the sides of the handle down, or the sides of the tongue down, to shift the whole tongue forward more, those grooves they lock in and they don't want you to let it move forward more. So you can't thin down the whole sides to fill the gap front to back how I want.
You almost kind of have to like figure out where you want the axe to sit on the tongue and then start working on getting it down.
Or when you start it off where you're going to take some of the front of the tongue off anyways.
Right.
But I don't really like doing that for the look of it. I don't like when you're coming out of the belly and then you're coming up to the inside of the eye where it kind of dips up like that. I like it to have kind of a very straight look to it. So I try to avoid that. So no.
So
probably me being
Barry
nitpicky.
says he's looking for a true American, true American. Me too, Barry. That was one of the first nice axes I ever had. Was a nice true American jersey, and I sold it probably 12 years ago. But I have a knot clipper, Barry, that I really want to get tuned up nicely. If you watch my video today, you'll see that it sucked. Actually, I think you did watch it and you commented. Jason Brown, Brother Brown. I've been putting together a set of Red Warriors. He just built a Connie this morning. Nice. Isn't that what the Duke just had? A Connie Red Warrior is what he just put together recently. Barry says that ridges are his pleasure, so I guess clearly he's a sadomasochist. And then Mike says he hung his Red Warrior on a Do It Best handle.
I've had really good luck with the only pattern Do It Best handles I've bought have been Boys Axes, or Boys Axe handles, and I've been really pleasantly surprised with them because the hardware store that's like a quarter of the mile down the road from me carries them, so it's kind of nice. They're a little expensive because it's just like a little mom and pop place, but they have a really nice shape to them. The palm swells could be a little bit thicker, but for a Boys Axe, you don't need them super giant, but they've got really nice lines to them. And the fact that a lot of the Ace hardware stores around me carry them too. And when you can go and pick a handle out in person, it's a game changer for being able to find something with like No run out. I mean, I know it's a boy's axe handle. It probably doesn't matter, but if we're obsessing over this hobby, you kind of dive into it anyways. Like, no run out, nice grain orientation. If you want all heartwood or a mix, like.
Barry says he's a cedar masochist. He's got 4. Hey, damn, man, you got 4. I only have the one. I got the one little hatchet sized one that Mike gave, the Duke of Normandy gave me. Let's see. Yeah, man, the hardware stores around me no longer carry axe handles. For a while, when I was in professional photography, there was an Ace that was kind of like on my way to and from work / like in the area that I would kind of operate in, and they would carry the OP Link handles, and I would go in there periodically and check it out to see what the stock was or whatever. But OP Links are not great; they're more straight. And they the tongues on them are always like really small too, from what I remember.
Yeah, because so there's a hardware store close to me where I usually get the red tang brass.
Yeah,
It's called
yeah.
Runnings. Runnings. It's almost like a hardware store meets like Tractor Supply. So it's a cool store, but they carry house handles as their like standard. So they've got cruiser handles, boys X handles, and they just jump right up to 36. I really wish they carried some of the in between sizes that house handle offers, because like it'd be nice to be able to go there and pick out like a 30 or a 32 or like a I know house handles carries like a 32 curvy.
Yeah.
It'd be really nice to go pick those out in person, but.
House does everything I think from 28 to 32. I want to say in a full size tongue.
Yeah, I think they might have a 30 and a 32, and then it goes up to 36. I don't know if they got a 34, but
they don't. No, it's 28, 30, 32, 36. Because for a while, man, that's all that was out there. I mean, you've been in the game a long time, but like,
yeah,
I just remember when I first got into it, it was like, oh, if you want a nice handle, you go check out House Handles, and you get the hand picked and octagonal and blah 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 blah, and
and honestly, and I think that might be part of my problem too. Is when I'm ordering from them, I always pick the option that's without lacquer, and I think I might be shooting myself in the foot with it because I almost. Sometimes they thin them down. I think the way their production runs is they just follow everything as usual, and then when you order a handle, they'll grab a lacquered handle, take it back, and sand it off before they send it to you. Because when I get the house handles, you can see lacquer on the end of the palm swell where it's been like sanded off. So I think next time, if I order from the next time, I'm just going to order them straight and take the lacquer off myself, because I think that might be where some of those weird twists and warps are getting introduced too. Because if they're just cranking them out, running over some kind of big drum sander or something like that, they might not be paying as close of attention to as like the alignment with the tongue when they're sanding it too. So
I would have to imagine. I have to imagine that, like you said, with their process or whatever, that's why they're charging you more for no lacquer, because they're sanding it off.
Yeah,
like they wouldn't be charging you more.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be charging you more to do less work, right? Like, why would they be charging you more to not have to go through the process of lacquer coating? So they're probably sanding it off, like you said. Especially like you said, if on the back of the swell you could see remnants of lacquer. I always used to order hand-picked no lacquer as well, because that's just what the popular thing was at the time. It was like, oh, you got to order hand-picked, you got to order no lacquer. And I don't know if you had good luck with the octagonal service. I had mixed results. I did octagonal like 2 or 3 times, and maybe once they were really, really nice, and then the other 2 times they were kind of off-centered. Like once,
and I think that's
really
probably
bad.
the same thing. Is like you've got a guy probably cranking out either with a draw knife or on a belt sander. I doubt he's using a draw knife. Maybe I don't know.
I can verify 100% that they use a sander to do it, because when I met Chris O'Connor at that meet, we had noticed that he had he brought like, I don't know, like 200 or 250 axes, hung axes. And I would say probably at least half of them were on house handles. Anything that wasn't on a vintage stick was on a house handle for the most part. And a lot of them were octagonal, and I was like, just talking to him. He had went out to, I think, houses in Missouri, I want to say, possibly. So he
Yeah, because
had taken a
I don't
ride
know if you
out there,
follow,
and
but Forcible Cure on like Instagram and TikTok. I think he went out and did a video at the House Handle place.
Hmm.
Can't remember where he posted it on, but yeah, it was interesting.
so Chris O'Connor said that he met the guy that octagonalizes, and he's like, the guy's like 80 years old or whatever it is. And he said that if you get one that's messed up, it's probably because he wasn't there that day, and they just have whatever young pup is they're throwing on the sander that day or whatever. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yeah. I mean,
I've
and
gotten
that checks
some good
out
ones,
too.
and
Because like the ones that I've gotten octagonal that I've been happy with have been straight handles. Those were it was like a 30-inch or 28-inch like straight single bit that I used for
Mhm.
kind of like like a rafter type of like wedge banger type build. And the ones that I got that were straight for those I liked a lot. But I've got a curvy one sitting over there, and the octagonal's fine, except when you get down to the palm swell, it took like almost the whole palm swell off. So I think they went a little bit
Yeah.
aggressive on it. So now it's like, yeah, I've got this 31 or 32-inch curve handle. The rest of it looks nice besides that, but it's just kind of got
There's no
an
swell
anemic
on
palm
it.
swell. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
too much.
I had I got a 28 double bit off them, and I got it octagonalized, and I put a a Plum Champion on there because I wanted to do a real nice build to sell on eBay or whatever, and it was the same thing. It was real nice, but there was like no palm swell on it. It was almost like a throwing axe, like a throwing axe will have
Yeah.
like basically no swell on it. Yeah, they really butchered the swell on it. But I had a real nice 32 that was like perfect that I put. I know I sent you guys pictures of that 5-pound Collins Legitimus jersey that I had, and I had that
Yeah.
on that 32. And I don't know why I sold that thing, but I did, and that had a real nice octagonal on it. And then there was one other one that I remember was really super nice that I hung a Dunlap boy's axe on and gave to my buddy Dave, who gave that to his son for a Christmas present years ago, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I know. Let's see. That was my first ridge hang. I have a double bit perfect with 6 ridges that I want to do, and I actually found a handle at Ace that has some curl to it.
Curly.
Nice.
See,
Nice.
I found some local ones at same thing. Like I've got one of them I got at. No, I think they were all house handles. That maybe one of them was Do It Best. I don't remember. But I found a couple of local hardware stores that have that like that curliness to it, or you can see like the tiger stripes. I think the technical word is chatoyance. I can't remember, but yeah. Ed's saying Travis lives like half an hour from house handles. Yeah, because I can't remember. Ed, you probably remember. I can't remember. I watched the video, but I can't remember where Travis had posted it on it. Forcible Cure. But it was interesting. It was a while back ago that I had watched it, but it was cool.
So I got to start wrapping up because I'm getting texts from my wife that the dog is in the house giving her hell.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard her barking before. She's out here barking because she's too cold to stay outside. She doesn't want to sit in here, nor do I want her in here because she's going to eat a screw or something. But she also doesn't want to be in the house without me. So I am going to have to wrap up.
Sounds good.
Let's see.
Being summoned.
We went to House of Summer when I was up there. Oh yeah. Because Ed, your profile picture is like you and Forcible Cure and somebody else, I think, right in his shop on Facebook, right? Your profile picture. But all right, man. Well, dude, thanks for hanging out, man. We got to continue to do more of these.
Yep, definitely.
And Ed, I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. I'm assuming that package is going to show up or whatever, man. So when I get that, I'll let you know. But I checked the status of the tracking, and it was in Philadelphia, so it'll be there tomorrow, I'm sure. But all right, man. Good deal. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Nate.
Good, man.
Yeah, dude. Are you working this week or you're off?
No, I'm off until the 28th. something like that. So yeah,
I think
So
that's when
hopefully
I
I'll-
go back too.
get some time to do something out here. I don't know what I'm working on yet, but find something to do.
Yeah, working on something. All right,
Yep.
cool, man. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. And all right, Jason,
Yeah.
take care, man. Nate, have a good night. And I
Yeah,
guess
take it
we'll
easy.
see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, keep the dog occupied.
For sure, dude. All right, take it easy, guys.
See ya.